I played that part where I felt like I had to water down my craft or whatnot, reduce the concentrate, if you will.
Of course, that's gonna come about. I mean, we all human. That's gonna cross your mind. You be like, oh man, my stuff is too conscious or whatever. So you be like, oh, I gotta dumb it down, sugar feed them.
I call it growth versus conforming. You gotta grow. Things change, game changes, music changes.
Yeah, sometimes it's bad because you'll see an artist that did something really, really good and you know it's on point, but he's questioning himself because there's some other standard that ain't even his own standard that he's judging himself by.
You believe like I believe. A man that says that he can and a man that says that he can't are both right. You two would choose to speak life.
Life can be as sad as you imagine, or you could live it happily and never after. Either way you imagine it's gonna happen.
You know, when we talking about the struggle between, like, you know, have you ever been in a situation where you like, okay, I might need to switch it up, I might need to water it down a little bit because I'm really trying to do something? Or
of course, that's gonna come about. I mean, we all human. That's gonna cross your mind. You be like, oh man, my stuff is too conscious or whatever. So you be like, oh, I gotta dumb it down, sugar feed them, however you want to do it. But the best thing to be is versatile though, because you'll look at it like you think in the club, everybody's tipsy, they're having a good time, blah blah blah. They don't want to recite certain things that seem so complex. So you think, oh man, I'm gonna dumb it down. So this song will be for the club, this one will be for this one will be for that. When really, it's just a key of being versatile, but still staying true to yourself. You gotta do that because, like he said, when you perform, people look at you like, ah, it ain't genuine. You don't want to be on. It's like having a. I look at it like if somebody was to write my raps for me, I'm not gonna rap it or perform it with the same intensity.
You're gonna have your heart into it, like that. Yeah.
As my own words. So it's the same thing. That's how I look at it.
so this is what we were over here talking about. So they were talking about a lot of things, and I just kind of interjected because I wanted to know, like, what are the thoughts, like, because we were talking about like
How
hit
do
him
you
up.
be your genuine
So
self
exactly what
and still
try to turn a profit, even. I mean, because I get it, like, you know, I know that artists, right, like all of you are, I get it that you want to get your art out, but you're doing it also not just for the sake of art though, right? Like obviously there's some type of desire to turn a profit, right? So the question I was asking is, like, have you ever felt like you might have been towing the line on, like, not being as true to yourself as you wanted to be because you were trying to maybe change up your image, get the club? And I get it, and like I like that, and that was like a really good answer because I've seen artists who have, I'm like, man, I didn't expect them to drop this, but I'm digging it, and I'm also digging the other thing. But have you ever felt like, yo, I might need to dumb it down, water it down, try something different, be a little bit different than myself to try to make it work, or try to make it or make it just in general?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I play the Pinocchio role sometimes, you know, and Ben Geppetto, if you will.
He said Pinocchio.
Where you try to shapeshift or fit a mold that's already been prepared for you. So it's like the mindset that you have to, I guess, take on is like a company. It's people with uniforms on. You know what I'm saying? You to fall in line, fall in suit, to be a part of a certain thing, to play the part, you have to be in uniform. But the mindset is to really be the CEO. I mean, he can be whatever, you know what I'm saying, and actually stand out. So I mean, I played that part where I felt like I had to water down my craft or whatnot, reduce the concentrate, if you will. You know what I'm saying? I'm a juice connoisseur. You know what I'm saying? I'm a juice connoisseur. But yeah, I've done that a couple times, just trying to conform only to please. But see, the point is, for me, what I've learned is you focus on the aim. You know what I'm saying? And when you focus on the aim, you end up hitting the target. You know, so it's like I focus on the aim opposed to, I'm pleased to aim opposed to, you know, aiming to please, so to speak. So, and like again, I take it from Lil Wayne. He said, to be different is just to be you. And if you gotta try to be different, then this is not for you.
That's what I mean. Everybody you love was different.
You. Yeah.
So what did it feel like when you felt like you were trying to conform? And did it work?
no, it didn't work. I felt lost. So when you're actually different, when you're actually Balenciaga and you're trying to be Jordan because everybody's talking about J's, it's like you kind of knock yourself out the frame. You know, it's like a piece of that Basquiat that's supposed to be in the picture frame, but it's over there. It's a stain now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you try to actually frame or box a masterpiece, you know, some things get cut out.
LeBron might not be so
You know
good
what
if he
I'm
tried to
saying?
be Jordan.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, it didn't feel good because later on you come to yourself, you have that mirror reality check, and it's like, you know what?
Yeah.
Because somebody else comes along and actually do themselves, and you like, yo, that could have been me. It's okay. It's okay to be lyrical. It's okay to have, you know, a different mindset. It's okay to be a wordsmith or whatever. Some people don't know how to use those words. I mean, teach. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. You know, I'm not a bottleneck. I'm willing to teach. You know, whomever, whatever I got, you got to give your all. And if you're trying to conform to be somebody else, and it's like, who are you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, so then from your perspective then, like how does it, like have you ever felt like you had to conform? I mean, because you can make any kind of beat you want, right? But have you felt like you made something that was like...
I call it growth versus conforming. You gotta grow. Things change, game changes, music changes. I originally was like the most heavy boom bap producer you ever want to be. Straight up New York style all day. Still am. But I don't do it as much because the market doesn't call for it. You know, I can't go out and sell, let's say, VHSs right now because who's buying it? You know what I mean? I gotta go out and get me.
Did you just liken boom bap to VHS? What the hell is going on? Oh man, you got some New York nigga watching this shit right now. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's reality. You know what I mean? It's one thing to say there's no boom bap. That's not what I'm saying at all.
I know, I'm just fucking with you,
But
baby.
it's a whole other thing to say that 90% of my tracks are gonna be boom bap because that's what I can sell.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can't do it that way.
Right, no doubt.
But the one thing that I continue to do is I don't make the tracks that sound like what's out there. I make what's I do conform to what's out there.
Right.
And it's not the same thing.
It's still your thing.
I'm part of that. So I'll take those elements from boom bap and add it to the track.
Right.
And build from that to make something different. To where people are like, it's dope. It's vintage, but it's new, and they don't know how to categorize it.
Right.
They just like
Right.
it.
Staying true to yourself, but still,
You know, because there's no new notes made. Ain't nobody making no new notes.
Right.
You know, there's no more keyboards to play. No, that's not what's going on. All we doing is recycling and making what has already been done ours.
Right, our rendition of what's
Ours
already
is-
been.
Exactly.
It's a thing called improving the pattern. You know, so it's like you don't reinvent the wheel, but
Right.
now I got a non-deflatable wheel. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right.
Or I have a low profile.
Now I'm gonna put a clock on that little pin.
Yeah, you can improve
Yeah.
the pattern. You know what I'm saying? You can't, claim to be the pioneer of it, but you can improve how it's used and how it's done. So
Right.
it's a difference between conformity and reinventing yourself.
Right.
You gotta reinvent yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can't have no ceilings because you put a cap on yourself from the jump. You know, when it comes to creativity. You know what I'm saying? It's not creativity.
You are your greatest commodity. You are your gold, your copper, your oil. You know what I'm saying? You gonna keep it running for yourself. So it's like,
You're also the greatest enemy.
right. I mean, yeah, sometimes it's bad because you'll see an artist that did something really, really good and you know it's on point, but he's questioning himself because there's some other standard that ain't even his own standard that he's judging himself by. You know what I mean? Like, I can't listen to my record and be like, yeah, but that ain't Hard Knock Life though. Like, and I think that a lot of artists are doing that to themselves. Yeah, but see, that ain't a Millie. You know what I mean? Or that ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, that doesn't have to be Mama Said Knock You Out. That doesn't have to be, you know what I'm saying, Elevators all over again. Nobody, You know what I'm saying? And people forget why they like the artists that they like in the first place. You know what I'm saying? If you like Lil Wayne, it's probably because Lil Wayne is like nobody else. If you like LL, it's because he's like nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many people do you like that remind you, like, yo, this nigga is just like Busta. That nigga will always be this nigga's just like Busta, but it won't be Busta though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, who's that nigga that just